All right. G'day, my cheeky dogs. How is everyone? Let's make sure we've got this all set up. There we go. Hey. All right. Can you guys all hear me okay? Hi, hello, g'day, my cheeky dogs. It is so good to be seeing you all. I can see the delay on my own video. It's very frustrating. Okay, so first of all, I guess, how is everyone? I know it's been quite a while since I've done a live stream with you all. Obviously, I was in Australia for 2 months, so it was insanely hectic with just everything that I was trying to do. So I wanted to have a time to chat with you guys and catch you up on everything and see how all of you guys are as well. Because it's been a minute. It's been a lot of hot minutes. My trip was really good. Thank you for asking, Christian. So let's go through what we're going to talk about today first anyway. So we're going to go through a massive Q&A, big catch up. We're going to talk about what I'm going to be doing for the giveaway for reaching 20,000 subscribers. Yay! Thank you guys so much. That's so cool. Also some of my future Bluey videos that I plan on putting out over the next 3 months leading up to Christmas, as well as some like extra projects that I'm kind of doing, which I'm really excited to talk to you guys about. Someone has noticed my granny earrings. Thank you, Robert. I got them in Australia. That's actually one of my future videos is going to be the Bluey haul. I spent a lot of money on Bluey stuff in Australia. So I'm really excited to show you guys these, as well as some of the other things that I have as well. Something though that I do have to put out there first, guys. I'm going to mention this now and again, maybe in like 20 minutes and towards the end of the end stream. So just in case people are popping in and out, no matter what, they'll hear it. This is a warning. A massive, massive warning about spam accounts, scam accounts, all that kind of fake accounts basically out there. So, hello, great grandpa Thomas Healer. So basically some of you might have already seen my community post here on YouTube or my stories over on Instagram. There are some fake spam accounts out there pretending to be me. And I cannot stress enough, guys, that these are not me. They are just out there to scam you, try and get your money, and that's not me. That's not me at all. One of them on YouTube was like, message me at Aussie Girl Margie on Telegram. I don't have Telegram, guys. I don't have Telegram at all. That's definitely not me. I didn't even know what Telegram was until maybe must have been like a week ago when I noticed some other YouTubers as well were posting about the fact that they were getting like these scam accounts on their comment sections as well. So I really cannot stress it enough. That is not me. Same on Instagram as well. There was one being like, oh, this is my giveaway account. No. If I do giveaways, it's always going to be here on my YouTube account or on my specific Aussie Girl Margie Instagram account. I don't have time to run multiple versions of Aussie Girl Margie within the same like social media platform. So I really can't stress enough, guys. I need you to look out for each other. I've been searching through the comments as much as I can to report when I see these fake accounts and things like that to YouTube. But if you guys see it, if you see them commenting on someone else's comment as well, come together as a community. Let them know this is fake, this is spam. Do not message them and then report it. Because I need your help basically in doing this because I don't want anyone to get scammed. I would feel so awful if that would happen. So that's like my warning. That's like my major warning. I'll repeat it again in like maybe 20, 30 minutes for anyone popping in and out. But if we can come together as a community, if you see someone messaging or like making a comment about them, let them know that it is fake. So, okay, getting on to like the more fun part of the video anyway, the Q&A stuff as well. So let's just have a little look about here. Okay, so you guys are already asking me loads of questions. I love it. Yeah, one from Robert. Margie, is it possible to say g'day mate without sounding Australian? I don't know, to be honest. My husband tries though, and sometimes he sounds Aussie, and sometimes he sounds Kiwi, and sometimes he sounds South African. So I mean, maybe there is a way to say it. Okay, so we got a question from Twilight Animate. Hey Margie, has there been a moment in Bluey that made you cringe? One moment for me was in Daddy Drop Off episode. I'm not going to say what the moment is. If you know, you know. The cringe moment for me was definitely Mini Bluey. That scene between Chili and Bandit in the kitchen where he was like, how great is double bingo? really just did not like that scene whatsoever. So that was probably my cringe moment for sure. Mikasa Ackerman asks, why do you like Bluey? Because it's insanely relatable, not just for kids, but for adults, for parents as well. And also just not just for parents, for teenagers. I am well aware, I can see the analytics for my YouTube channel of the age group and the gender that watches my videos. And it's everyone. Guys, it's literally everyone from, I'm aware, children using their parents' accounts, all the way up to people who are over the age of 60 and pretty equally split between men and women. It's just so relatable. And I think that's why everyone loves it so much. Topshop, I don't know where to watch Bluey season 3. You can watch it on Disney Plus, the first half of it, or if you want to watch all of the episodes on ABC iView in Australia, but you need a VPN to do that. I did make a whole video about how to use NordVPN. I do have some information as well about season 3 that I'll get to in a little bit. Okay, Dylan Murphy has a question. I have a question. What Bluey character would you love to see you turn into a plush doll that we haven't seen before? Like, what one would I like to see a plush doll of? Wendy. I want a plush doll of Wendy. I actually have like a Wendy video that I've been formulating in my mind. I want a plush of Wendy. I'd be stoked about that. Jim Jam, Top Secret Chocolate. Did you really I'm guessing maybe you mean hate Pass the Parcel. I know I did. I liked Pass the Parcel. I really enjoyed it, but that's because it's a big part of my childhood as well. So I felt, I know, it was really cool to see that part of my childhood shown. I love my cat. Will you be doing Owl House videos? Yes. So that's a great question. So I have, honestly, right now, I've filmed almost close to 20 videos that I now need to edit. So it's a mixture of my breakdown Easter egg videos, theory videos, and there's so many Australia Bluey based videos. So that's like currently my list of videos that I need to get done to get out to you guys. And honestly, that'll probably lead us up into December. And I mean, we know that the last part of season 3 is going to be coming out by the end of this year. Someone mentioned possibly October 10th. I hope not. I don't have the time. But if it does come out at that point, obviously I will cover it. But I've got a lot of Bluey stuff basically planned for the end of the year. So I figured start of the new year, I'll start to add in more content. Owl House being one, and Avatar: The Last Airbender being the other one as well. Shy Blue Cocho asks, is there any shows that can't beat Bluey, or a show that maybe could beat Bluey? I mean, obviously Peppa Pig is like the easiest comparable example. Peppa Pig is also super famous, but it's the UK version. Bluey is technically like the Australian version of Peppa Pig, but way better as far as I'm concerned. So I guess on like that level, and merchandising makes a big difference. That's a big reason why a lot of these shows continue on, is because of merchandising. So obviously Paw Patrol, Peppa Pig are up there. Bluey is now, in Australia, Bluey is now second most sold merchandise and toys after Paw Patrol. So I guess you could say Paw Patrol is beating Bluey at the moment. Okay, what have I also got? My top 1 favorite episode, Lucas, it's definitely Baby Race. Love that. Love that episode. Nightmare Parlor, do you think to have a Halloween-themed Bluey? The Halloween-themed Bluey episode, I don't think would happen, but I do have an idea for it. And I was thinking of maybe doing a video in the future about, I don't know, I guess like telling a plot of what I think a Bluey episode could be. I don't know if some of you guys watch Super Carlin Bros. They're fantastic. They do a bunch of Harry Potter theories and Pixar theories, but they just recently did this whole series about like what would happen if Harry was in Slytherin and not Gryffindor. And it really got my head thinking, I'm like, is there something I could do like that, but with Bluey? And I was like, well, maybe I could tell like my own ideas of what a story could be. And a Halloween themed one I think would be a really good one. All right, sorry, I'm trying to get through like all your questions. I love that you guys have so many. It's awesome. Yeah, Bluey is still a bit better than Peppa Pig. Thanks, Kim. Thanks, Imagination Station. Where we got? Okay, Robert Kilpatrick, what's your favorite song? Mine is Bohemian Rhapsody. Great choice. Also a fantastic karaoke song. I don't really have a favorite song. I just love what I hear at the time. I guess I'll answer for a Bluey one. Fruit Bat, because currently our favorite Bluey song in the house. My son always like hums and sings it, so he loves it. Mikasa asked me, what is your least favorite episode? Blue Mountain. For those of you who watched a lot of my live streams before, you're well aware that I don't like Blue Mountain. Kasatka Tilcum favorite muffin moment? Probably from Sleepover. I am the flamingo queen is a pretty iconic moment. Jim Jam Top Secret Chocolate. Do you think there will be another Christmas special? I think the wedding is probably going to be it. I don't think there's going to be a Christmas special, but I think the wedding will be kind of like the special episode, I guess. Michael Stewart, Margie, what episode is underrated in your opinion? The Creek. I feel like The Creek is really underrated, and I think it's a beautiful episode. What is your Earth and Beyond asked me, what is your rating of camping? For me, it's 10 out of 10. Yeah, camping's a pretty awesome one. Also, it had like that flash forward scene, which like really surprised a lot of people. So I think it's pretty amazing. Nicholas James, do you think the voices of all the kids can actually be aged down without too much interference from technology as the actors grow up? I think they've got maybe a good 3 years, maybe like a good 3 years. So I guess like another 3 seasons technically before like it'll be too obvious, and they'll either will have to age the Bluey characters up, which they've already done technically over 3 years. They have now aged a year, so that's obviously an option. Or yeah, they'll have to recast the voice actors. So I don't know. I'll be curious as to what they do. Nice to see a few other people feel that Blue Mountain is very mediocre as well. Christy Ruiz, what's going on? Because I'm new. We are basically, the title of my video is what we're going through. So we're doing a bit of a Q&A at the moment. And then I'm going to get into a few more details about the giveaway. Christian Garcia, what do you think when Bluey Season 3C is coming out? So I did have someone comment on one of my videos. I think your name was Fredo FO, I think it was. Saying that October 10th they had seen somewhere. I tried to look up online, research as much as I could, but there was just nothing to, I guess, show that that is the date. So I don't know if that is true. I feel like it would probably be November, most likely. Double Babysitter is underrated. I totally agree. It's a good one. Okay, Bryce asked me, what character or characters would you like to see more of? For me, it's Stripe and Trixie. I'd like to see more of their parenting style. Yeah, I think it was really cool in Season 3. We got to see a little bit more of behind the scenes of, I guess, Stripe and Trixie's parenting, because they are parenting younger children as well. And that is a totally different parenting style to Bluey and Bingo, who are older kids now. So I agree. I totally liked seeing that. I do hope that we will see a baby being born in the future, perhaps Rad and Friskies, and like just that baby stage of like trying to get through those first few months. We saw a bit in Baby Race with like an older baby of Bluey, but those first few months I feel like are really crucial. So I'd love to see that too. Earth and Beyond, I want a Chili flashback. I mean, maybe that's how we'll see their mum, is a Chili flashback. I could see that happening. Gilberto asks, which series deserves the most recognition, Bluey or My Little Pony Friendship is Magic? I think Bluey, but I only think Bluey because it targets a more wider audience than My Little Pony does traditionally. Cyril says Bluey needs a little brother. Or, you know, just a little male cousin. I'd be cool with that. Kasatka, sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, by the way. Do you like when they are grannies? Yes, I love when they're grannies. Thus, my granny earrings. We want to see Great Grandpa Thomas Healer. I want to see in Season 3 to be shown more about Bob, my son. Love your name. Yeah, I'm thinking we will find out a bit more about Bob. In the interview I did with the Gotta Be Done podcast with Mary, we did talk about the idea of dementia being in an episode, and that could possibly be what's going on with Grandpa Bob. It could be dementia, and that could be a bit of a hint as to why we haven't seen him around. So I feel like that could be a possibility. Alan, I'm glad that your sister loves the earrings. I think they're pretty fun too. Sean asks, what happened to Bob? I mean, you know, question of the century for Bluey, basically. What happened to Bob? We know, realistically, in the real world, the voice actor couldn't come back because of COVID. He's an older guy, so it was just too much of a risk. But also at the same time, like, we know that the voice actor for Bandit, he does all of his in Sydney. The voice actor for Radley lives in LA as well, so he does his over there. So, I mean, like, there are ways around it. So I think from that standpoint, that's why we know what happened and why we got a younger actor for the flashback 80s scene, whereas we didn't get a younger actor for Nana. But otherwise, within the Bluey universe, what happened to Bob? Yeah, he could be in a nursing home. Perhaps he has dementia. He could be on like this worldwide find yourself, eat, pray, love kind of trip. Or yeah, there is of course the possibility that maybe he has passed away. Hi, Skittles the Unicorn. Thanks for joining in. Yeah, Kim Peterson. Did Bob go to Tibet to discover himself? He could. He could. Maybe he's there with Doctor Strange and Wong just chilling, and Madison. Has anyone been watching She-Hulk? I really enjoyed it. I haven't been taking it too seriously, but I've been really enjoying it. Could there be a Mother's Day special? The show was the Mother's Day special. So I don't think that we would get a second one. I think like we're just getting the one-offs for each one. Christian Garcia, why is there no green characters in Bluey? I'd love to say because there's no green dogs, but of course, like there's no pink dogs technically either, unless you dye their coats pink, like Coco. But you know, maybe we'll see some with like a few different like hair colors. Okay, so I'm going to answer a couple of the questions that were on the community tab because I did ask you guys to put in some questions there as well. So, so looking at those, so I have one question from Tyler, the Bluey fan. What did I like about Australia? Literally everything. I enjoyed getting to see my family again. I enjoyed seeing my friends and my friends' kids and them playing together. I got some awesome shots of my son and my friend's daughter basically replaying Pizza Girls around her farm in like the little like black car as well. It was really cool. But just, yeah, getting to reconnect with my family and friends who I haven't seen for about 4.5 years now, basically because of everything. So that was just amazing getting to see them. I have another question from Creeper Plays. Who is your favorite Bluey character? Muffin. I absolutely adore Muffin, but I also really love Chili as well, and I obviously relate a lot to Chili too, having 2 kids of my own. And then Gilberto, you also asked one. Do you think season 3C will end with a bang or with something else? Because honestly, I want to know whether there will be a season 4 at all. Maybe we will see in November, December months, but that's me guessing. Yep, I reckon we'll see season 3C by the end of this year. From the interviews that Joe Brum has given, the creator of Bluey, he did say that season 3C, or the very final episode, will be a very emotional episode. So that makes me think it would be the wedding, but maybe not. He made it sound like it would be kind of sad. So maybe that won't be it. But yes, hands down, there will be a season 4. They are selling way too many toys and merchandise for them to stop making Bluey. And at the end of the day, that's what matters with these shows. It's the reason why, for example, Owl House got cancelled, but Bluey would continue on. If you don't sell merchandise, a lot of the time these big production companies don't see any extra value in making the show. It's sad, but it is also true. All right, coming back over to the chat here. Robert Kilpatrick, you bring up a good point. Juniper is purple and her mum is pink. So, yeah, Juniper is really an interesting character. And also, I think we see, like, possibly her older sister at points. She's always hanging out with another dog who looks like Pom Pom's older sister or brother as well. So, yeah, I'm interested to see what's going on with some of the background characters. I hope we get to see more of them. Oh, yes. If any of you guys are in Florida, I hope that you are safe. That hurricane is pretty scary business. So, yeah, I hope that you're all safe and sound. Nicholas James asked me, is there an Australian holiday that hasn't been utilized in the show yet that you'd like to see? Yeah, Boxing Day. Boxing Day, for those of you in Australia, New Zealand, and the UK, you probably already know what it is. It's the day after Christmas. I noticed it's not really a thing in America or Canada, really. But yeah, for us, Boxing Day is the day after Christmas. It's also a public holiday as well. Usually that's when like our big movies come out, like Star Wars or a Disney movie that usually comes out in Thanksgiving over here in America. That's the day it'll drop in Australia. There's also Boxing Day sales, which is our version kind of a Black Friday sales. So I know Boxing Day is like a really big thing for us as well. So I would love to see that. Alan, congrats on 20K. Thank you so much. Okay, so let's have a chat about the 20K giveaway details, and we'll still keep going with the Q&A, of course. But so as some of you guys know, anytime I've hit like a major mark with my subscribers, I've done a giveaway. I plan to do the exact same thing now that I've hit 20,000 subscribers. So this is the details and the plan. I'm going to be dropping a Bluey location video this weekend, ideally tomorrow, as long as I get through it all. But with that Bluey location video, if you want to be part of the giveaway, all you have to do is be subscribed and leave a comment. And exactly 1 week later, I'll do another live stream. We'll throw it up on my computer in the background there. It's just a auto-generated random selection. And I'm going to pick out 5 winners this time round. So the first 3 winners, you'll get a choice of either a Bluey or a Bingo plush, as well as another special little thing as well. And the other 2 winners will also get a special little prize as well. So some details about that will be in the video. But that video will drop most likely tomorrow. As long as I get everything done tonight, that video will be out tomorrow. And you'll have a week to just leave a comment. That's all you got to do. Just subscribe and leave a comment and you're in the running. You can leave as many comments as you would like as well. I don't filter by duplicates. Just as long as it's like, you know, something, an actual comment. Like writing ... That's not a comment. Come on. So writing an actual comment and I will count that as something contributing towards it. Michael Stewart, Maggie, I know you do YouTube live streams, but you should do TikTok lives. Yeah, I really liked TikTok. TikTok was where I kind of got my start with Bluey Theory videos, for those of you who don't know, and that's what convinced me to do it on YouTube. I haven't done a lot on TikTok because honestly, it's a lot, guys. Trying to raise 2 kids and do YouTube videos, Instagram, editing, and TikTok in like the short amount of nap times and sleep time at night. I'm running out of time in my days. I'm running out of so much time. So I'm trying to do the best I can with being on all the platforms as much as possible. But yeah, sometimes if I lag behind, it's because I don't have time. Life is busy being a chili and trying to also make an income to support my family as well. So what have we got? Nicholas James asks, any actors, actresses, or public figures you'd like to see do a voice character? My vote would be for Cassandra Thornburn. Okay. Yeah, Hugh Jackman. I would love to see Hugh Jackman do a voice acting cameo on Bluey. He's, of course, is Australian, and he is, of course, most famously, I would say, the actor for Wolverine. For those of you who don't know as well, he is coming back for Deadpool 3, which I am super excited for. But I would love to see him, like, voice actor, I guess maybe like a wolf-based character. We have had a dingo one before with Robert Irwin. So a wolf character within Bluey, I think would be a perfect match for Hugh Jackman. That would be like my, oh my God, that's amazing. Hugh Jackman is also my favorite actor. So that also goes on the list. Lucas, you bring up a good question. There's got to be an episode of Mackenzie's birthplace. So New Zealand. I do think that they would add New Zealand in as like a special episode or as a possibility for like a movie later on. I think that would be really cool to see. Robert asked me, what is your most disliked Bluey character in your opinion? I guess like from the fandom in general, it was always Windy and Judo. But they have made a major effort in season 3 to change that, especially with Dirt. So I think they're trying really hard to just show that people can be misunderstood if you don't know the full story behind them. And I love that they're doing that with Windy and Judo. So I think initially they were the most disliked characters, and now maybe just that grouchy pug granny from Granny Mobile. She's probably the most disliked one now, but she's also really funny. Do I love or hate Unicorns? Love Unicorns. Also, sorry guys if I sniffled just then. I am sick. So I literally got back to America a week and a half ago. And within that week and a half, I've been dealing with jet lag, with a toddler and a baby with jet lag, which is not fun. That could be a whole episode on itself. Oh my gosh. And then we all got sick. So that is why I've been pretty delayed in like starting back up again. So apologies if I have to sniff or if I have to go off screen to cough. Oh, thank you. Christy Ruiz, what is the name of the fake channel of you? Thank you for bringing that up. Just a quick rehash, guys. For those of you who don't know, there are spam accounts out there of me on Instagram and YouTube. They are not me. The fake YouTube one was text me and then like the hand emoji at Aussie Girl Maggie, another hand emoji. On Telegram, not me, don't have Telegram. If you message it, as far as I'm aware, what happens is they ask you for money in exchange for like giving you a shout out or like doing stuff like that. No, that's not me at all. Same as well on Instagram. It's like Aussie Girl Margie 1, and it's like, this is my giveaway account. Again, no, all my giveaways are on YouTube or on my actual Instagram account, which is just Aussie Girl Margie. So those are those, just in case. Keep an eye out for each other as well, please. If you see it in the comments, let everyone know. All right. Oh, okay. Lucas also brings up a good question of, can Bluey go to America? Honestly, I feel like if they ever did a Halloween episode, that's what they would maybe do, is maybe Bluey having a pen pal in America and they could be chatting about it and like showing the differences in Halloween in both countries. I think that would be really cool. Thank you, Robert. I think that would be a really cool idea of way of showing how big Halloween is over here and how it's just really only just starting to become more of a thing in Australia. So I think that could be a really cool way of them showing that. Because again, merchandise in Australia, in Big W, for those of you who know what Big W is, you know, otherwise I guess it's like a Target. They have Bluey Halloween stuff. They have Bluey Halloween shirts, which I'm going to show you in my Bluey haul. They have Bluey Halloween like costumes, which is also available over here. But then just like regular like shirts and skirts, they have Bluey Halloween themed stuff. So I mean, they know there's money on the table there. They're not going to not do it. Aha, one of you guys, animals are the best. Yeah, one of the fake Insta accounts started following me yesterday and it surprised me for a second before I realized it was fake. I'm so glad that you knew it was fake. Thank you so much. Always make sure you report them, guys. If you see those fake accounts, just report it. So anyway, anything gets done is they just get flooded with reports. Oh, MillyGirl79, you're in Australia. I'm so jealous. I wish I was in Australia. I'm so sad. Banjo playing Bison. What about a character born in America introducing Bluey and others to Halloween? Yeah, I mean, we do have characters in the show like Mackenzie, for example, who's from New Zealand, as well as... Honey? Yeah, Honey as well. She is British. Both her parents are British. So we could have, yeah, just another character who has American parents. They could be Osmerican, like my children. Yeah, that could just be another way of them doing it. So I think that could be really cool. Jim Jam Top Secret Chocolate. What will you expect from both Season 3C and Season 4? Season 4, I think... we can see the trajectory. They're tackling more serious topics. So I think Season 4 will still tackle some more serious topics mixed in with some fun and lighthearted stuff. And Season 3C... okay, I'm going to tell you guys just a little bit. So I know the episode titles for the rest of Season 3C, which is really exciting. And some of them, of course, link up with the photos that we've already seen that I did a whole video on. So I will be making a video ASAP about that and which ones we already know about and the ones we don't and what they might be about. We don't have the descriptions, just the titles. So that's a hint. So that's going to be a future video next week. I'm not going to say any more about it because I don't want to spoil it. So I'm really excited to talk about it with you guys though. Oh, Nicholas James. Do you think they could incorporate hyenas and Tassies into the mix? I mean, a Tassie devil would be pretty cool. Again, very Australian. That would be awesome. Hyenas, very African, but again, like I guess they could show it like through movies and TV shows is probably the best way. Yeah, Arlen, I also remember the Strawberry Picker saying one was from Argentina. Yeah, we've seen dogs from overseas. So I feel like they could add an American dog that way. Yeah, so the toys, Christian Garcia, you bring up a great point. The toys are always a really good clue as to what we might see, especially if it's something that we haven't seen before. So he says, for example, there's the new Bluey toy, Rusty's Go-Kart set. So hopefully that will be best of another episode in Season 3C called Go-Karting or Racing. Yeah, most of the time they don't make toys unless they replicate something from an episode. This is what happens with Marvel a lot, actually. They release the toys early, and a lot of the time they have spoilers for what's in the movie or TV shows. And some of the new Bluey toys kind of have as well. That go-karting set as well was kind of strange because we haven't seen that before. So it's possible that we could see that. Robert Kilpatrick, we do see... Well, I mean, the terriers are technically Scottish. Their mum's Scottish. So, I mean, they kind of count as a Scottish dog, I would say. So I'm just going back to my community tab. We had a few other Q&As there, so I'm going to answer some of those. One was from a name that I can't fully say. It is S-word. But you did ask a great question, so I will answer it. Do you think that they'll expand the universe for Chili's sister to be able to adopt and have a new child dynamic into the franchise? If so, do you think they'll give her a spouse, male or female, or pursue the single mum dynamic? Will she adopt a healer or a different breed? Loads of amazing questions. I think they could quite easily do the LGBTQ plus route with Chili's sister if they wanted to. I feel like Wendy is kind of their single mum dynamic that they've been showing already. But of course, they could also show the adoption side. So I do think adoption or her being part of the LGBTQ plus community could be a way that they could go with that. Another question I did have as well was from Grace Olden. How did you react when finding out about the Queen's death? Australia is one of the countries that she ruled over, I think. Yeah, so technically we are part of the Commonwealth. So the Queen was our queen and now we have a king instead. Yeah, it was super sad. My family, my dad actually has now lived through 3 monarchs. My dad is 93. So he was alive when the Queen's father, King Henry, shows you how well I know my history, King Edward, Henry, Edward, the King. That king was alive, and then Queen Elizabeth, and now he's alive for King Charles. So he had quite a few emotions about it, of course. So yeah, it was pretty sad. I would love to do a bit of a discussion video about the Queen and the representation of her in Bluey and how she affected our pop culture. Because I think it's really important to show that, because as you can see in Bluey, they play queens, they talk about the Queen all the time. It is actually a really big part of the show. So I would like to chat about that eventually when I feel like it's okay. Jim Jam Top Secret Chocolate, would King Charles 2 be a feature in an episode? I think they're not going to touch that for a while. Maybe let's say like season 5, season 6, they might talk about the king and just like wait till that time is sort of, just chilled out a bit, I think. Sorry, guys. All right, I'm going to have to go blow my nose. Apologies. 2 seconds. Okay, and I'm back. Being sick. It is super not fun. Okay. So we got another question from Christy Ruiz. Where are you at? Like, what states are you at? So I guess this also brings into a question that I did also get in the community tab as to where I'm moving to. So it's going to be busy 2 and a bit months for me. So we just got back from Australia. I was really hoping that we could move back to Australia, but that is not the case anymore. Instead, we will be moving. We're currently in very sunny, hot Arizona. Even though it's fall, it is still really hot, and we are actually going to be moving to Oregon. So super rainy Oregon. Big change for me. And we will be doing that actually over the next month. So I've got a lot going on, which is why I film so many videos, and I'm hoping I can just edit them and like get them out to you guys. I'm really hoping Bluey Season 3 doesn't come out until the end of November, because I need time. Fingers crossed. But yeah, so we'll be moving to Oregon. So you'll be seeing like a slightly different setup once we're there as well. I have a few ideas for how I want to do my setup with all my Bluey stuff as well. And also so my kids can play with the Bluey stuff too, because that's what my son loves to do most of the time. So that's something that's in the mix, actually. Thank you for asking, Christy. So some other questions we've got. Would you want to see an extended healer family? I can't remember, but I think there was a mention of a distant auntie. Yeah, Auntie Mary. I want to know who she is. I want to know who Gerald is. I want to see more of the extended family. Like, I want to find out if Nana or Bob have brothers or sisters, if we've got other cousins out there, like Bandit's cousin. Like, that could be a cool episode where they could introduce more family members, I guess, is showing like maybe Bandit, Stripe, and Rad's cousins. That could be cool. I think there's a lot of possibilities for it. All right. Yeah, we're all waiting for 3C. Banjo playing Bison. Have you been to my state, New Mexico? No, actually I haven't. I've done a lot of like the east and down below, but that's about it. So I want to travel a little bit more once we're able to. Michael Stewart. Oh, what if the healer family went on a New Zealand holiday? She could pick out a beautiful holiday place. It's called Kapiti Island. There's no snakes and beautiful birds such as the kaka and moropork. That would be really cool. I would love to see them go to New Zealand. I mean, they could almost do like an extended 3-part episode about it. That's something that Bluey hasn't really done, is like a 2-part episode or 3-part episode. Everything's always been like standalone with like hints to where it is in the timeline. Like, for example, Tradies finally getting the fish pond that they talked about in Stumpfest. But yeah, they could easily do like a 2 or 3-part episode where they've gone on a holiday somewhere. That could be really cool. Robert Kilpatrick, how would you feel about service dogs? Also, your red healer, say bye. Bye. Yeah, I think that's something as well they haven't really shown is service dogs. That could be really cool, or showing a little bit more into like the job work lifestyle or going to someone's job. That could be a really cool episode as well, I think. Yeah, here we go. Animals are the best. I really want an episode where we see Bandit at work. I'm a big dinosaur fan, and I know archaeology focuses more on human, dog, I guess, and Bluey. But seeing an episode at like a museum would be fun. Yeah, totally agree. Again, I think seeing them at work would be really cool, like the bring your child to work day kind of thing. I think that'd be a really cool way of exploring that section of the Bluey universe. Christian Garcia. Will we ever get to see Bingo going to Bluey school and Bluey going to an elementary school? So technically based on Bluey's age, she's what? She's 7 now. Yeah. So she's meant to be in grade 1. So she's meant to be at elementary school. So, which makes me think that like technically the Bluey school that she goes to, Calypso school, is an elementary school already. Or I don't know. Like, I don't know what the setup is for this. Because in real life, in Bluey, it is an elementary school. So, like, you do continue on till the end of grade 6 there. So, I don't know if they would actually change it or what they would do. So, I don't know. It'd be interesting to see how they... Because, yeah, they've all aged up in a year. So, you know, something's going to happen there. It would be cool to see crossovers of Bluey and Thomas and Friends or Bluey and Peppa. Honestly, I think if it ever happened, it would be Bluey and Peppa Pig. I think that's... Because they both, like, under BBC and things like that. I think if that ever happened, that would be the crossover, which could be pretty cool. Oh yeah, I got a question here about B&B Productions. Fantastic YouTuber, does some really, really awesome Bluey content. If you guys haven't checked out their channel, definitely go check it out. Parent-teacher conferences. Actually, that would be hilarious. I'd love to see Calypso have a parent-teacher conference with Bandit and Chili. Or even if we could see where Muffin is going to daycare, technically. Because it's not the same place as Bingo. I mean, that could be cool. That could be really cool. I would love to see that. So I did have another question as well, from the FDisS person over on my community tab. But they did ask a question basically about Stripe and Trixie. What do I think Stripe and Trixie do for a living? How can they afford a house possibly worth millions and vacations to Bali? They're new to my channel, so they're not sure if I've talked about it before. I did mention it in my Bluey theory video about Bandit and Chili being criminals, and the fact that I do think that both of them work. I think that Stripe does a FIFO, fly in, fly out job for the mining companies, and that Trixie definitely works in the city as like a high corporate kind of gal. So I think they just traditionally get their money from that, and that's why they can afford it. Also, all the real estate in Australia is stupid expensive at the moment, so it doesn't matter what job you're having, apparently anyone can afford anything, according to the banks. Here we go. Daniel Ramirez. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hey Ozzy, what was that song in Sleepy Time called? I'm not sure which one you're talking about, but I think it's Jupiter's. I can't remember. Someone who's like a musical artist, please put it in the live chat. It's Jupiter something. Oh, Earth and Beyond, you bring up a good point here. Disney giving my family meeting. Disney did a little while ago put out saying that they'll like reconsider it, and then there was an article in Bloomberg about 2 days ago now saying that they will release the lost episode. It wasn't lost, but it actually really annoyed me what they said in that article, because it was like, oh, we wanted to give audiences time to acclimate to the Bluey sense of humor. I'm sorry. In season 1, we had lots of fluffies happening at random times, and they never edited those out. So the fact that they're having an episode about it, people have already acclimatized to Bluey. That really annoyed me. That was just like them like trying to backtrack themselves and be like, oh, we're totally just like letting people get used to it. Bluey officially, actually, as of today, has been out for 4 years. I think people have had enough time to understand the Bluey humor. That frustrated me. That really annoyed me. It was so silly. Paw Patrol Cross Times Transformers, which is your favorite side characters? Mine is Mackenzie. Obviously Muffin. But other side characters I really love, obviously, are Jack and Rusty. I really love them as well. I did like Coco, but season 3, I don't know what's going on with Coco. But Winton instead. Winton's up there, man. I love Winton. Do I think Bluey will ever fluffy? I'm sure she will at some point. So Jellycat 555. For me, Bluey season 3 only has 25 episodes. Do you know why? I'm assuming you're not in Australia, that you're overseas. Yes, Disney Plus only has 25 episodes. They will have the other half most likely around maybe April, May next year, realistically. They usually wait a few months from once they've been aired to put them out, and I'm sure they're going to wait till 3B and 3C is both fully out. Then they'll add those extra 25 episodes in. Yep, Family Meeting was taken and censored out. Yep, but they said that they're going to add it back in. So maybe October 10th is the date they'll add it in. Someone had mentioned that before. So, I mean, that could be a possibility. Who knows? Okay, so I guess I'm gonna have a quick chat then as well about my future Bluey projects. So yeah, I've got a bunch of theory videos, breakdown videos, Bluey haul, Bluey location videos to get out to you guys. Bluey location video is the giveaway video. Also, as we head towards Christmas, I have some ideas about some things I want to do with Etsy and Bluey as well. For those of you who don't know, my husband is like the very artsy person in our family. He actually did all the illustrations in our children's book that we got published a few years ago, so that's really cool. But he does a lot of photography as well, and we were coming up with some really cool ideas of something that was really easily accessible to you guys, was cheap, and incorporated Bluey, as well as could be really personalized for you as well as something. Anyway, I'm excited about it. I have some really cool ideas, and I'm really excited to show you what they are, and I wanted to include those in the giveaway as well, so I can actually give more personalized stuff to people. But yeah, so I know if you're interested in like Bluey photography almost in a way, and it being personalized towards you, maybe this will be something you're interested in. So it's a bit of a secret project until I'm happy with it, and then I'll tell you guys more about it. All right. We've got some yes, I need family meeting. Michael Stewart asks, Margie, in your opinion, do you think Radley and Frisky will do bouncing the boy? I don't know. I think they will have a baby boy. Yes, I do. Christy Ruiz, what is your favorite color? For me, it is pink and yellow. Yellow is my favorite, and then pink. You would think probably purple, but no. Danielle Ramirez, hey Ozzy, do you think Ludo Studios will make an episode to commemorate the Queen's death? No, and to be honest, actually, I was really surprised that they didn't make a post about it. I felt like it was quite an easy thing to do, especially considering how much they included her in the show technically. But they never made a post, even just like one to acknowledge the impact she had on pop culture. I get she's a very controversial figure, especially for a lot of colonized countries. Australia, of course, being one of those. But I don't know. I do still think that she should be recognized for her influence with pop culture and then being a show relating to pop culture. I think that could have been done in a really good way. But yeah, I was surprised that they didn't mention that. Yeah, it was interesting. Okay, so guys, I'm going to do about 4 more minutes. So we'll make this a 45-minute live stream in total. So if there's any last questions that you want to ask me, please go ahead in the live chat now and throw those in. As I mentioned before, tomorrow there will be the Bluey location video out, and then next week I will have 2 breakdown videos and another location video out as well. And then the following week I will have a Bluey haul video as well as some breakdowns and a theory video. And I think that's maybe when I'll do my big Wendy video as well. So that's sort of what's happening over the next few weeks, just so you guys know. Jim Jam Top Secret Chocolate. Speaking of color, will a new dog in the show think that Bluey's favorite color is blue because she is blue? I love that that's always like the common joke of like, you know, she's blue, so that means she's a boy, or that her favorite color is blue. But yeah, that's not the case. Oh, Millie Girl 79, the real life Bluey house. Yes, I did actually go to it. That will be in tomorrow's video, actually, is what it looks like now compared to before. It's quite interesting what happened with that house, actually. Oh, hey Aussie Girl, what are the figures that light up in the background? I'm assuming you're talking about this one here. This is actually an arts and craft, one of the arts and craft Bluey ones that you can paint, but I haven't painted it because I kind of like just how it lights up like this by itself. So I'm still deciding whether or not I'll paint it or not, but that's going to be in a video as well. Spinning Noah, what is your favorite censored episode? Dad Baby. Definitely. That was such a good episode. It was so funny. And it frustrates me that it's still not on Disney. Like, if we can get mad about Family Meeting, we can get mad about Dad Baby. Grace Alden, do you think Frisky and Rad are married already or engaged? Definitely engaged. I don't think they're married yet. I think that'll be one of the episodes we get. Banjo playing Bison. Isn't the royal family controversial in Australia because of their history of treatment of Irish and Aboriginals? Yes, absolutely. Hands down they are. It's always been like a big referendum about whether or not we stick with the crown or not. And it's always said yes because of the benefits. But it's still, I don't know, I think it will change in the future, to be honest. Another really great question from Nicholas James. Do you think that they would have an episode involving native Australian dogs, like dingoes, I'm assuming you are talking about? They did have Dingo in... Oh! Robert Irwin played him in the episode where they're looking for a present for Muffin. And the name of that episode is just completely blanking on me. But they did have a dingo technically in it already, so perhaps they could do that again. Oh yeah, maybe Bluey's favorite color could be orange because Bingo's is blue. That could be cute. Oh, the M channel, the giveaway info. It's going to be tomorrow's video, the location video. To be part of the giveaway, you just have to subscribe and leave a comment. You can comment as many times as you want, as long as it's, you know, an actual comment. And I will be picking out 5 winners in a week's time. Oh, good. Someone put it in. Mark McLennan, Jupiter, the bringer of jollity by Gustav Holst. I probably pronounced a lot of that wrong. That is the song from Sleepy Time. Thank you. Oh, thank you for coming back in the comments and putting that in. I appreciate that. Could there be a flashback of Chili being pregnant? Possibly, Jim Jam. We did get the picture in the episode Puppets of her pregnant at Sydney. So I'm not sure if we would see a flashback. That might be all that we get to see. Quiet Game. That was the name of the episode. Thank you, guys. That was it. That's where we had the dingo. They had some Twin Explorers? Yeah, they might have, I think. Nicholas James, what I was thinking was more on the lines about Aboriginal characters. Your thoughts? Yeah, I have a bit of an issue with the diversity in Bluey. It was... Oh, thank you, Keeping Up with the Griffins. Yeah, there was a big issue, I think, with the diversity in Bluey, especially in terms of behind the scenes with the voice actors. I did make a whole video about this when I made the Turtle Boy video, which I had to take down because I didn't want to have issues with copyright and I had to redo it. But yeah, in like the hundreds of voice actors that they've had, the ones that we know of in terms of the adults, they've only had 2 who are native First Nations Australian, which is a bit rough because we don't only have 2 voice actors in Australia who are First Nations, we have a lot. So I do hope that that's something that Bluey addresses in the future when they're choosing voice actors, that they do incorporate a bit more diversity into that. I really hope that. No, you're not late, Brian Animator. I'm just about to head off. Just answering the last few little questions. Yeah, I do think Bluey needs to get their own movie or video game. I'm sure a video game would come out. Absolutely. Because again, money. BBC loves money. So they would absolutely do that. Bryce asked, do you think we might have episodes with Captain and Mia again? It'd be interesting to see their interactions with older kids along with the younger. Yeah, I thought that was such a smart way of them adding in slightly older kids into the show, doing the Captain and Mia stuff. And we've seen them in the background again, and we've seen a few other like sort of teenagers in the background. And again, that's something that they haven't really talked about much as teenagers. So I feel like there's space for them to be able to do that for sure. Spinning Noah, in my opinion, what do I think happened to Bob? I think he's been there all along, just in the background, and we just never saw him. Because we see him in the books in the background all the time. And this is my last video. I was like, what is Bob doing in all of these books? So, I mean, maybe he's just been there and we just didn't see him on screen. Morissette Amon. I don't know who that is, Michael Stewart, sorry. Yeah, I think Bob has a brother called Gerald. I absolutely bet he does. That's my guess. Okay, guys. All right, we're going to wrap it up here. We did a pretty solid 45 minutes-ish, a little bit longer live stream. But I can hear my baby girl upstairs with my husband. So I'm going to go up there and check on her and make sure that she is okay. But I'm so glad I got a chance to actually chat with you guys and just have a really nice big chat. Especially just trying to, you know, get things rolling again and starting again and getting back more into a routine now that we're back in the States. So thank you all for stopping by, for having a nice big chat, asking lots of questions. I really appreciated it. It's really good. Remember, be on the lookout tomorrow for the Bluey locations video because that is the giveaway video as well. And yeah, I will see you cheeky dogs in another video. Mwah! Bye!